And our guest this morning is Desiree Maubey, the director of the Brooks Academy Museum. Are you the executive director or just the director?
I am the executive
the
director.
executive director. Okay, I want to get
Fancy
that right. And Mark Coleman, who is the manager of the Farmers Market, which is going to be right across the street on the grounds of the Brooks Academy Museum. So we'll defer to the ladies first, Mark. Is that all right with you?
That's great.
So, Desiree, you want to tell us how the Academy got involved with the Farmers Market?
Oh, I'd be very happy to. We're now in our 5th year as one of the sponsors. The other sponsor, of course, is the Harwich Agricultural Commission, which is one of the town groups. And, you know, we just have this, we sit on this wonderful site in Harwich Center, and we're really happy to be able to showcase this, you know, the local farmers and seasonal produce and the opportunity for people to tour the museum. We have a cranberry exhibit that documents and chronicles the story of cranberry farming in Harwich. So we have, the museum has strong ties to the farming world, and it's been just a great relationship. People love coming to the market. It's a weekly event on Thursdays, and then they have an opportunity to see the museum as well. And not only the museum this year, but also the beginnings of the Elmer Kroll Barn, which is currently under reconstruction on the property. So lots of things to see and do, and of course, wonderful produce and other things to shop for.
Wonderful. Now, you have a list of musical people who are going to be
Oh, yes.
in front of
This market not only has wonderful produce, locally grown, and many other wonderful things to offer, and tasty treats, but we have live musical performances, which are known as Music in the Market. And we kick off the season, which opens on June 12th, with students from Pope John Paul High School, the jazz band, who will be performing here for the 2nd year.
Oh.
So we're really excited to have them. And then following the jazz band, we have students from the Harwich Middle School who will be doing a singing performance. And then there's a brass ensemble and a flute ensemble and a pianist and several other musicians throughout the season. So again, lots to come and do and enjoy.
Now, is this music going to be like kind of sort of soothing music, or is this going to be
It's music to shop by.
Music to shop by.
Yes.
That kind of tones it down, I think.
It does, but it is a variety. We have everything from jazz music to brass ensemble to flute, and a little bit of everything, and some Americana music, so a little bit of everything.
Well, that's great.
Nice mix.
Oh, that should move people to buy? Is that
I think so.
That's pretty passive, it seems.
Yes, that's what we want, right?
Yeah, very enjoyable. It's a lovely site, and you know, it's just great to have the woodland experience with the music.
Right. Now, so Mark, you're the manager of the produce.
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us about how many people you have coming back, and any new people?
Well, we've got about 19 or 20 vendors in all. Most of them are repeat offenders, if you will, and there's a couple of new people. Specifically, I can't remember which ones they are right off the top of my head.
Like
but,
Nantucket mushrooms.
Yes, that's very important, thank you.
Yep.
They're a local grower that just started recently. They're doing a great job with mushrooms. That's a specialty for them,
Wow.
which is kind of unique to the area. And
Monopatty Farms.
yeah, they
the olives.
primarily olive oil and related products.
Related
right?
products, and the Wellfleet sea salt too.
Right.
The Wellfleet what?
Sea salt.
Wellfleet sea salt.
Yeah.
Oh, sea salt.
Yeah.
Right,
Wow.
which is
Sea salt.
the perfect
that's
the
a bit
perfect
new
mineral.
to me. I wouldn't know what to do with sea salt.
well, it's a replacement for common table salt.
Okay.
And the sea salt is a much more healthy alternative. It's a
Okay.
little more expensive due to the process of extracting the salt from the ocean, salt water.
Okay.
And that's what they're doing right down there in Wellfleet. It's as pure and natural as anything you're going to find, just like you would local honey or
Do you
native.
have honey at the?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I know that there are quite a few people who are involved in honey around town.
There is. There are a lot of people in the area that are beekeepers, and it's grown in popularity in recent years. You know, it's a very important thing right across the board. Without the bees, you don't have pollination. Without the pollination, you don't have anything else.
That's true.
So they go, we go.
And there was a little bit of a concern about that a couple of years ago. So I hope
Well,
the bees have come back.
There still is. There's a little bit of a misunderstanding about the bees in general, because overall the natural pollinators are in pretty good shape. The diminishing population of bees really has been in the commercial aspect. Sometimes bees don't necessarily overwinter well, and I'm personally not sure if that's more to do with nature or to do with the surroundings that they're kept in.
Yeah.
But in any event, on a commercial level, sometimes the bee population does wane, and
You know,
the
it's a
bee-
concern about you know, the processing of food and also flowers.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And what can you tell us about parking?
Parking, it's actually a pretty good situation on the whole.
Good.
We've got 2 lots. The market is actually set up in the triangle right at the park, and there's a parking lot on either side, one at the old recreation building. There's a crosswalk right there that's very clearly marked. It's a nice, safe spot to come back and forth between the parking lot and the market. And then you've got the parking lot directly beside Brooks Academy. So the market is right between the two. It's pretty available, and
Do people use the one across the street very often?
They do.
they
They
do.
do. Okay.
It's not unusual to see that parking lot close to full.
Yeah.
That's good.
So in the summertime, in particular, in the heat of the summer when it's real busy, there's a lot of people.
Well, you do get a lot of people. There's no question
We
about
do.
that.
But they
Absolutely.
tend to come and go. They arrive, find, shop, and, might look around for a little bit, and then they take off. So
Yes.
Oh,
they-
absolutely. But it's a little bit of a social event for some people
Yes,
too,
it
because
is.
my own experience is that I've actually reacquainted with a lot of townspeople that I've known for years and years. I grew up in town, but through time you get busy. You don't associate with people just because you don't see them. There's been a bunch of people that I've been reacquainted with, and I know that's happened to other people in town. So it's really kind of refreshing.
It is. It's
Makes
a
it
good
a
idea.
wonderful community event. It
Absolutely.
really
Yes.
is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So it's informative because you
Yeah.
can catch up on the town gossip.
Yeah. Yes.
And
On the town gossip. There
well,
you go.
not that there would be any,
I know. There wouldn't be any.
but
town
perhaps
gossip.
just a glimmer. And the shopping opportunities for for all the people, for the
no.
vendors as well as the
I
consumer.
there was a young fellow that used to work here. He shopped there, and he was having a big party, and he wanted to buy some green beans, but he decided he'd go to one of the other markets because of the price. Can you speak to that?
Certainly. The price at the farmers markets, regardless of the market that you go to, is impacted completely by the cost of growing. And on a local level, any small plot farmer or small farm has a very difficult job to control their costs. Labor is very expensive. The insurance that you carry is expensive. The real estate cost is expensive. Real estate taxes are expensive. Fuel. Everybody understands that in today's world, if you take a $100 bill and you go shopping, regardless of where it is, it doesn't go nearly as far as it used to.
There you go.
And that's impacted in us as growers also. Our costs are very high. A factory farm in general, on a large scale, has the ability to keep their costs down due to volume, due to a number of factors. But on a local level, you're paying for local people to work locally. You're providing a quality product that's produced without shipping costs. It's as close to picked off off
Out
the
of your
vine
backyard.
of your own garden
That's right.
as you're going to get.
Yeah.
The quality, by and large, is superb.
It is.
And the sad truth, it's expensive to do that. I wish I had a better explanation.
Well, no, that's a
but
good explanation.
It
I
really
mean,
does
it's a
come down to
fact.
the
You
cost
can't-
of doing
yeah,
business.
you have to stick with the facts,
Right.
you know, and those are facts.
Mm-hmm.
And people who shop there shop for all the reasons that you just mentioned, really, that they want quality products and they want what they want.
Well, that's true. And, you know, I mean, as a grower personally, and the other growers that are vendors there, their aspiration is to produce the best quality that we can. I don't choose to feed my family things that are less than desirable or commendable.
No, I think everybody's the same way.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. You want the best you can get. And short of growing it yourself or producing it yourself or raising it yourself, this is the best alternative. The sad truth, it does cost a little more money.
Well, that's all right.
So.
We got that out of the way.
Yep.
What kind of products are going to be offered?
A little bit of everything. There's a number of food vendors. There'll be some baked goods,
Oh, baked
cookies,
goods.
Oh,
various types
always
of
the important
treats
cookies.
and tarts.
Yes.
Really quite an array. If you've got a sweet tooth, it's a great place
It's a
to go.
great place to go.
A lot of nice desserts.
Yeah.
Periodically through the season, there'll be various pies depending on what happens to be in season. Later in the season, there's a number of cranberry treats. We've got jams and jellies from one vendor in particular. We've got a meat producer over in East Dennis.
Cheeses.
Yep.
Yep.
Cheeses.
You can buy your whole meal at this market.
You really can.
Yes.
Every aspect is covered. The only thing I don't think we have is milk.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
That'd be kind of hard. You
No,
need a
but,
cold place to store that.
That's true. But, I mean, there are fresh eggs, fresh meat, any particular bit of produce that happens to be in season. Early season, when the market opens, you know, obviously it's very limited because the growing season hasn't progressed enough. But as the season increases, you've got the full array of vegetables that you would expect.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you both for joining us today and giving us this in-depth view of the town market.
Thank you, Paul.
And
you.
it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
Thursdays, 3 to 6 p.m.
There you
Brooks
go.
Academy.